I have played this game before and I like it. It's going Fandango. So I was just trying to empty some storage spaces because I downloaded this like last month or two when the PlayStation Stars offers like 50 points for booting this game. So I decided to play this game again, and I'll try to get the trophies using a guide. I think there's some stuff which I don't know. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I don't want to play big games before the Switch 2 Direct because maybe who knows if there are some discounts on some bigger RPGs that I want. But that's pretty much it. So let's start on the game. I'm going to switch on director's commentary too. I'm going to play it in the tank mode. Yeah. Music volume, okay. Maybe turn music volume a little bit lower. Language, okay. Movement mode, tank controls. Inventory. Oh, there's a toggle render mode. Okay. Let's start a new game then.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
Take me? Take me where?
Now, there's no need to be nervous.
Nervous? No. Just your appearance. It's a little intimidating.
Intimidating? Me? But I'm your friend. My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent.
I don't want a new travel agent. I want to go home.
You can't go home, Celso. You're dead. But you're not alone. Everybody here is just as dead as you. That's why we call it the land of the dead. Are you ready for your big journey?
No. What journey?
The 4-year journey of the soul. It is quite a big trip. And I can't lie to you, Celso. It could be very, very dangerous. Unless you were to take that money you were buried with and buy a better travel package from us. I mean, wouldn't you rather cross the land of the dead in your own sports car? Maybe try a luxury ocean cruise? Or, if you led a very good life, you may even be eligible for a ticket on the number 9 itself.
The number 9?
That's our top-of-the-line express train. It shoots straight to the 9th underworld, the land of eternal rest, in 4 minutes instead of 4 years. But very few people qualify. Let's take a look at your records. Well, the bad news is the train appears to be just out of your reach, but I still got a couple of tricks up my sleeve here. Yaha! Yes, that's the ticket. The Excelsior line. Yes, she's a beauty. That compass and the handle will sure come in handy, too. Oh, you're going to have a great trip. Wish I was going.
Why don't you? You could give me a lift.
Oh, I can't leave here until I've worked off a little debt to the powers that be.
Community service, eh? Well, I guess there are some folks worse off than me.
Oh, I'll be leaving here soon enough. No thanks to dead and no commission low-life cases like yours, Menso.
Hey, Manny, the boss told me to tell you not to leave early tonight. He wants to talk to you about something when he gets back from his trip.
Tell Don not to worry. I'm not going anywhere. Especially not with clients like that. Where do they get these guys? They don't qualify for anything good, so I can't sell anything good. Can't work off my time, and I'm stuck. Stuck selling walking sticks to a bunch of burros for eternity. I need better clients. I need a real saint. I need a lead on a rich, dead saint. ¿Qué es esto?
¿Qué es eso? Okay. Oh, does it override my old save? Okay. My question is that if I were to play it in Spanish, would I understand it? Oh, I want to use the director's thingy too. Oh. Oh, that's fancy. Use item toss.
I love pneumatic tubes. If you ever read articles about old New York, there's a lot of stuff about how the tube system was. There was an inter-building tube system too.
Oh, really?
I don't know how that could possibly work. And the tubes were 16 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
And they would shoot pneumatic messages, like they'd push them between buildings. And none of those tubes are there, and they're thinking about like using them for fiber optics and stuff like that. I love pneumatic tubes. If you ever read articles about old New York, there's a lot of stuff about how the tube system was. There was an inter-building tube system too.
Oh, really?
I don't know how that could possibly work. And the tubes were 16 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
And they would shoot pneumatic messages, like they'd push them between buildings. And none of those tubes are there, and they're thinking about like using them for fiber optics and stuff like that.
Es una orden de trabajo especial.
A todos los agentes de Don Copal, jefe de la oficina.
¡Cabezas duras! ¡Dad las gracias por vuestra buena estrella e id a los vehículos! Tenemos un envenenamiento masivo entre manos. Hay demasiados muertos, así que primero en entrar, primero en salir. ¡Rápido, un poco de acción!
Lo que tú digas, jefe.
I hope that, yeah, I should really find a way to really brush on my Spanish. If I were to do that, then that means that I need to have a dictionary or something.
It's some sort of special work order.
To all agents from Office Manager Don Copel.
All right, you boneheads, thank your lucky stars and get to your friggin' cars! We have a mass poisoning on our hands! Too many dead to assign specific cases, so all clients are first come, first serve! So let's see some hustle out there!
Whatever you say, Jefe.
Whatever you say, Jefe.
Red.
I'm sorry, he said something. I hate to say this, but thank God for his
Read him already. Didn't help.
So this was actually the art test I took. I had to make this whole scene in a day.
Really? No. Did they pay you for that? 1 day?
Barely.
Wow.
I was so scared.
How much did you get done?
I
Take these cards.
think
It looks like a
almost all
long
the
day of
geometry.
solitaire for me.
in some cases, it used to be an overnight render.
I don't feel like pitching cards right now. I keep meaning to mark these cards. This deck of cards is a little frayed around the edges. Then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. It's some sort of special work order. My scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart used to be. Here's Celso's file. That walking stick was too good for him.
Okay. think the annoying part is that the access to the save menu is so slow.
So this was the first scene in the game that we ever actually did with some test assets. So I had, this is when I was proving out, okay, yes, we can do this. There was this hallway scene. We had Manny up, running up and down. We had the security cam, kind of camera switching. We had text on the screen. We had animations. We had geolocation of the sound relative to the camera as the typing was down the hallway. And we had Manny running up and down. It was a really good test scene, and it kind of came to it at the very last second. Like literally, like, I was compiling code as people ran in the room because I had a awful bug. But this was sort of like proof that yes, we have all the elements to make this work. This was the first scene ever put together. And Manny, notice in this scene, Manny hardly ever clips behind anything, and that's partially because I didn't have the buffers working yet. But it was good enough that when people saw it, like they were really impressed, and I was kind of surprised because I was like the new guy at LucasArts and was kind of half-assing my way through this, and somehow made everybody really impressed. So I thought, at that point, I thought, okay, we can do this.
Oh, this game is in Square 4-3, right? Okay. I think it's crazy if you want to play a Square 4-3 board, widescreen, I'm sorry. Stretching it is a little bit much. Give me a second.
So, is there a reason that a lot of people who are in administrative positions of power have New York accents? Is that a
Everyone in the jazz era was from New York.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people don't know that.
Well, not everyone.
Buenos dias.
Manny, why aren't you at the poisoning?
What poisoning?
The Code 3 gazpacho poisoning that everybody's at but you. Why do I send out memos if nobody reads them?
Where was the poisoning again?
Just ask your driver, for crying out loud. He'll know.
Any messages for me?
Besides the one about the poisoning?
Yeah.
I only have one other message for you, Manny. I'm not your secretary. I don't take your messages. So get it through your thick skull and stop forwarding your phone to me.
All right. But that sounded more like 4 messages to me. In my heart, though, you're still my secretary.
Manny, what are you talking about? I was never your secretary, even when you were on top. I got one boss, same as you, Don Copel.
Busy as ever, I see.
I'd have more work to do if you had more clients.
Ouch.
The voice, it sounds very familiar to George Carlin.
I forget. Am I supposed to be somewhere right now?
Manny, do I have to explain your job to you again?
No, but I like to hear your description of it, just for kicks.
Well, the Manuel Calavera that I know picks up people in the land of the living.
Dead people?
Preferably. And he brings them here and tries valiantly to sell them the best travel package they qualify for. If he sells them enough premium packages, our hero will be free to leave the land of the dead. Until then, he and I are stuck here, having the same conversation over and over again for eternity.
Why do some clients qualify for better travel packages?
They led good lives.
Que traes? How do you define a good life?
Better than yours and mine.
I just want to say that, I know this is an old game, but the old one looks a little bit better because it's a little bit more feasible. The characters, thanks to the brake lighting and all those things. Fixed lighting. The new one looks very dark.
So what did you do in life to get stuck here?
What I did back in the fat days is none of your business. You know the rules.
What if we just skip town tonight? You and me, baby.
Well, thanks for the offer, but we'd never make it out of the city alive.
But
In one piece, I mean.
I bet I could get you out if I really tried.
Oh, Manny, look at you. You're a trapped soul and you don't even know it.
Well, enough about me.
Like babysit.
Well,
Okay.
just one more.
Manny, stop.
Well.
My writing has changed a lot since this. Like I was really trying to write good dialogue here, which to me at the time meant a lot of like puns and like wordplay. Like this suit is just this deck of cards is a lot like me. It's ragged around the edges, but I've got more suits. And I forget what it is, but it was like everything had to be this kind of like bon mot.
Well, that's kind of Chandler-esque too. I mean, you know.
But I think I ease off on it in Act 2. I think I just start writing or in Year 2. There's a lot more just normal talking, which I think I kind of like a little bit more now. I mean, it's fun to like have a crazy wordplay like that, but you can just kind of trip over yourself a lot too much if you focus on that, I think.
Knock yourself out.
Thanks.
Gets the aggressions out, doesn't it?
Mind if I use your hole punch?
Knock yourself out.
Thanks.
Gets the aggressions out, doesn't it?
Hey, service.
Hey, who the... Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't expect... Sales agents usually don't come over to this part of the garage.
Nice hut.
Yeah? I wonder how nice it would seem to you if you were trapped in it all day like me.
If you hate your job, why don't you quit?
It's not just a job. It's what I was created to do. If I get any farther away from cars than this, I'll get sick and die. It's like I'm not happy unless I'm breathing in the thick, black, nauseating fumes.
Can imagine.
Can't imagine. Hey, you a driver?
Me? Ha! No. I don't ride them, just wrench them.
I'm Calavera. Manny Calavera.
My name's Gladys. I don't get many visitors. Hey! I got a message for a Mr. Calavera. Your driver said that Mr. Hurley said that he could have the rest of the day off.
Domino sent my driver home?
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
Gladys. Gladys? Is that a German name?
Oh, no. My roots lie not in any earthly nation's soil. I am an elemental spirit summoned up from the land of the dead itself and given one purpose, one skill, one desire. To drive! Or to change oil and adjust timing belts if no driving jobs are open.
Looks like I need a new driver.
Oh! I would agree with that.
Well, this wanna go out.
Yes, you do.
You wanna be my replacement driver?
Me? Oh, no. Sorry. Can't. Rules.
Come on, Glottis. I need you to be my driver.
Come on, Gladys. I need you to be my driver.
No, I can't. I'm too big.
You're not too big. You just have a self-image problem. Repeat after me. I am not fat. I am thin. Women find me attractive.
Hey, I never said I was too fat for the ladies, just the cars. The ladies like me just fine.
Screw the rules. Come with me.
No, I don't want to get in trouble again. They said one more strike, and I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a fan of this tank control. But for the trophies, let's try it. Where we're ready. I wonder if there's any PS1 era game that is pre-rendered cutscene but not tank control based, besides, you know, RPG.
I can't find my...
Manny, you stop playing.
Where is everybody?
Oh, Manny, did you forget what?
Oh, man, did I...
It's the Day of the Dead.
Why aren't you visiting your family today?
Ah, the boss is here, so I gotta be here. How about you, Cal?
No one back there I want to see.
And you don't want Domino here alone, getting all the good.
Domino's.
He's at the poisoning.
Come on.
What?
I know you...
Ah, man.
So, you going to the Christmas...
After this, I wouldn't.
Well...
I need to get the work order, I'm sorry. Miss out that one. Work order... I guess tank control makes sense if you're using a D-pad all the time.
Mark Hamer, I remember animating that Glottis coming out, and he had to put this thing called a lattice on his butt. And he was like, "What are you working on, Mark?" I'm working on the Glottis butt lattice. And he was always like working on the Glottis butt lattice to like morph and squash and stretch his butt as it came out of the the door. And so, 3 cheers to Mark Hamer and his Glottis butt lattice. Amazing work, still remembered to this day.
Hey, Genie! Come out of the lantern already!
Huh?
Come on, Glottis. I need you to be my driver.
I told you, I'm too...
Well, do you know anyone who can drive?
Everybody's gone. It's the Day of the Dead, you know.
Yeah. You're not too big. You're just right.
No, they told me again and again, I'm too big to drive.
You're not too big. The cars are just too small.
Yeah, those dang compact cars. Hey, that gives
Gives
me
me
an
an
idea.
idea.
I could alter your car just a bit with just a quick torch job to let out the seams, you know? But I'm not allowed to modify the cars without a work order from upstairs. I could lose my job.
A work order, huh?
Yeah. I can't torch anything bigger than a cigarette without one of these signed by the boss himself.
Hey, that's my line. Getting people to sign. Back in a snap.
Yeah. Everything around here is just too small.
Eva, I really need the boss to sign this work order.
I'll give it a shot. Mr. Copel, I've got Manny Calavera out here to see you.
Didn't I say no interruptions today?
Sorry, Cal. Maybe tomorrow.
That's too late.
Oh, yeah, like you're going anywhere.
Can you imagine actually pulling yourself up a little chain of ties that are as long as the like?
Well, that's what's great about. And then I like
It's
the
just
view
like-
down.
He's so calm about it too. He's like, "Yep, chip, chip, chip." Many stories.
I always liked the music up at the up on the ledge.
Me too. It's
because
very Bernard Herrmann.
and it made me
Vertigo.
always made me feel like a little. Maybe it's because I actually have
Vertigo?
a little bit of vertigo or whatever you say. No, vertigo
But
is not the
isn't
thing.
that
but yeah.
that happens a lot in
Fear of
Vertigo, the
heights.
movie Vertigo, like the
Yes.
na, 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 na,
Yeah,
na, na,
yeah.
na.
I would love to search Don's office right now, but I'm late for the poisoning. It looks like Don's rigged his computer to automatically answer his intercom.
Crime Saver.
I'll just
Just
change his
sign it
auto response
yourself.
here.
Ah, cripe saver, just sign it yourself, will you? I'm busy.
The computers in the game are, I think, where you can see Peter Chan's 12 Monkeys like influence, like Terry Gilliam
Mm-hmm.
mix of like, I don't know if you call it steampunk, but there's like a lot of analog big tube type things combined with Art Deco and old-fashioned typewriter keyboards.
Well, they had steam and punk in those days,
Mhm.
right? But they didn't actually call it steampunk, right?
In the 90s, I think we might
They
have had
did?
steampunk back then. Oh yeah.
Jeez. See, I told you I was from the Mad Men era.
Wait, how do I climb? Oh, it's here. That was silly.
If I
I'll give it a Mr. Copel, Mr. Calavera has something out here that he says he needs your signature on.
Ah, cripe saver, just sign it yourself, will you? I'm busy.
You'll have to excuse him, Manny. It's probably a really hard crossword puzzle he's got in there today.
Eva, I'm impressed. I had no idea you had this kind of power.
Well, we all have our secrets.
No, Glottis. Glottis, Glottis, Glottis.
Hey, I look good in this, don't I?
Yeah, well, they say black is slimming.
I'm driving, yeah! I'm driving!
Por favor. I could have walked faster than this. Híjole, I'm gonna miss the poisoning. Domino.
Domino.
Ew, the living still give me the creeps.
Why is the saving part so slow? It doesn't make sense. Maybe I should have played it on Scum VM. I don't even know whether it's available on Scum VM.
It's the fear of death that makes monsters of us all. Scare. If I scare them to death, then they'll become a customer. But I'll get nailed with a conflict of interest rap. Psst, it's me, Death. I'll see you soon, okay?
In the land of the living, the people look horrifying because of that. Have you ever seen that optical illusion where you take a picture of someone from a magazine, you cut rectangles out of their eyes and their mouth, and then you turn them upside down, and they just look like demons?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
That's land of the living.
Yeah.
Nice bathrobe.
But we offer several travel package upgrades if you'd care to.
Cut the yap. I want something cheap where I can get some rest. Now that's it.
Ay, ay, ay.
You know, Manny, I could make this car a little faster if you wanted.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, slam the front into the weeds, tub the rear end, two blowers, pop it out of the hood.
You'll get plenty of rest this way, Mr. Martinez, and you'll be safely padded by the foam created when these two chemicals mix, like this.
On second thought, I want to upgrade my package.
Sorry, Bruno, but you didn't qualify for anything better. But here, have this complimentary mug.
No, wait. Can't you find me something where I can move my legs?
You know I'd like to, Bruno, but my boss is a real hard-ass.
I gotta be a hard ass when I got lazy sickle wavers like this jolly boy working for me. Manny, you couldn't find a sale at a yacht club.
I got a sale right here.
I'm talking premium sales, Calavera. Like the kind Domino makes.
Oh,
How am I
Domino.
supposed to make premium sales with the scumbag clients you're sending me?
Hey! Now you're blaming the clients? I've had it with you, Manny. If you haven't bagged a premium before the next sales report comes in, you're out! Out on the street. No job. No way to work off your time. Just your fancy suit and your big smile and a whole lot of time to kill. Who you calling a scumbag? Why, I
I'm sick of waiting around for a good lead. Like it's gonna fly in here tied to a brick. It's time to take one. This deck of cards, then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. Not picking that up. Mind if I use your hole punch?
Knock yourself.
Thanks.
Gets the aggression. Manny, what are you doing?
Just marking cards, honey.
Wait, what? There's something to say about the...
So, is there a reason
Oh,
that,
no,
that,
it's the same thing,
that,
okay.
that a lot of people who are in administrative positions of power have...
They'll never get out of this place. You and your fancy suits and your nose holes way up in the air, sticking your empty beer bottles down the message tubes. How fancy is that? Huh? Don't you boys upstairs realize the tube switcher is a sophisticated and delicate piece of machinery?
Huh?
You think you're better than me?
No.
Good. back off. I'm practicing.
Practicing what?
Wringing your neck. What does it look like?
Can I walk through your tent? I want to see the parade.
Well, walk through someone else's tent, all right? Do I look like a turnstile to you?
Some festival, huh?
Yeah, pretty busy. My carpal tunnel syndrome's really acting up.
But you don't have any tendons.
Yeah, well, you don't have a tongue, but that doesn't seem to shut you up now, does it?
Bang!
Ah, popped another one. Lousy, bony fingers.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Well, since you're a beginner, why don't you practice the first step?
Which is?
Blow.
Twist me up one of them, huh, fella?
Yeah. Twist this, all right?
Bet you can't do a cat.
Shows what you know, buddy. I can do anything. I can do birds, amphibians, famous poets.
Okay, a cat.
No problem. Ta-da! Some of my, don't you think? Some of my, don't you think?
My kid, a dead worm.
Heck, that's easy. There's no limit.
That's not what... My kid, do you have any more dead...
Well,
My kid, Robert Frost.
trying to stump me, eh? Ta-da!
Who is Robert Frost?
I don't know why we chose Robert Frost for the balloon shape either.
Oh, that was genius
It
because of the.
it
It was
would
because
be
of the.
hard to make it Robert Frost.
Yes, and also because I think the whole implication is that the clown is way beyond his pay grade, and he has disdain for all those around him, and so he makes shapes that his lowly
I never
audience
even thought
would-
about that being testimony to the skills of the clown. I thought of it as being Manny being a smartass. Because he asked for it. He's like, oh yeah? Can you do Robert Frost? And then, of course, the clown does it.
But see that's a Chandler thing too, because the detective is always smarter than sort of the world that he's in. So he's teasing the clown,
So to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. Because he knows the clown knows what Robert Frost looks like.
Since I really didn't get to celebrate the festival this year, I think I'm entitled to a little pan de muertos.
De
I don't
Muertos.
know why we chose Robert Frost for the balloon shape either.
Oh, that was genius
knew
because of
that
the.
it was-
Down in QA, we got on the project way earlier than we ever had on any other project, and we would play the game with the concept art on the screen. But Manny was modeled and done and lit. Or, well, maybe he wasn't lit, I don't know, but he would zoom around the concept art, and it was all black and white. And that's why it was...
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah. Down in QA, we got on the project way earlier than we ever had on any other project, and we would play the game with the concept art on the screen. But Manny was modeled and done and lit. Or, well, maybe he wasn't lit, I don't know, but he would zoom around the concept art, and it was all black and white. And that's why it was...
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah.
games we make nowadays, we try to keep them real time, and the environments will come in the tens of thousands of polygons probably, but or at least under 100, I would say, at least at the Telltale studio. But here, I think we're almost unlimited, unless it crashed the machines all the time.
Yes, it was unlimited, and it was like trying to render it on your iPhone.
Well, remember, he modeled like every single nut and bolt everywhere.
That's what it was.
That's what, and they were all high res.
Yeah, I was about to say, a certain amount of this was us not
It
really
might get a
knowing and us
close-up.
not being efficient about where we, how we set everything up.
As an animator, when you open one of these environments to animate in, you had to basically throw everything away, except for the one thing that that Manny touches or walks next to or something.
Wait, how do I get out?
Not that I have a choice. Then again, I was.
Elevator code.
Yep.
Elevator code's the worst, man. Door code in general. Oh, there goes Dominic.
So there was a door box that you would draw on the ground that would have data attached to it that would trigger the art and the.
Well, it's like the old like when you walk into a supermarket in the old days, they didn't have like a IR thing that was pointing at you. They had like a pad on the ground.
Yep.
You would roll your cart or step on the pad on the ground, and it would automatically open the grocery store for you. And it's just like that. Like there's a little invisible box that you cross that triggers all that stuff.
And then all the fiddly bits of people step on the box, step off the box, step back on it while the doors are opening and closing, and those doors are broken for a long time.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that. Especially when you're there talking about waiting for the animation to finish before you trigger out the next state. That's always
What
annoying.
is that horrible squeaking noise you're making?
New shoes.
So this was actually the art test I took. I had to make this whole scene in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Did they pay you for that?
1 day?
Barely.
Wow.
Look out below. That doesn't sound good.
So this was the first scene in the game that we ever actually did.
How is he sweating without skin? So inaccurate. Try to get it really accurate with the punching. You know, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. I think that's how you do it.
Oh, is left.
Well, you don't just do 1, 2, 1, 2 with a speed bog.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it looks better.
In my boxing history.
My grandpa used to have a boxing bag in his basement. He showed me how it worked once.
Servers down again.
What else is new?
This line that he says a lot actually comes from the old IT guy at LucasArts. Where we'd say, "Hey, the server's down." He goes, "The server's not down. It's never down. You just can't get to it right now." Like or something.
Hi, I'm not getting any messages. Is the server down?
This is their idea of a joke? They think it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with packing material, see how they like that.
So you're saying the server is down, is that it?
The server is not down. It's never down. It's just temporarily unavailable while I'm doing some maintenance, that's all.
Can I squeeze in there just for a sec?
Are you kidding? This is a highly secured area. No one's allowed in here who ain't me.
So how long is it gonna be down?
With a job like this, you can never tell. Probably hours.
Or until no one's around it.
This line that he says a lot actually comes from the old IT guy.
What's so special?
I, sir, am an elemental spirit, summoned from the land of the dead itself.
Yeah, let me guess. You were given one purpose, one skill, one desire. Fixing pneumatic tube switchers.
No, I was created to run the elevators, but they put in those dang motion detectors and put me out of work.
Just curious. How'd you get in there?
I squeezed down one of these tubes like a pixie. How do you think I got in here? Through the door, just like you.
Who would do...
It's those punks. They think this baby is going to put them out of a job. And they're right.
You know, I really think it's clean enough.
Oh, it's clean enough to run, all right. I'm just fiddling around to be safe. You know, gotta cover my ass.
Yes, you do.
Say, Chatty Cathy, I got a lot of tubes to flush here.
Hey, me too. I'll let you go.
Oh, not again. You trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a magnesium compound fire extinguisher. Spray that on this packing foam and we'll both be riding the giant Roman candle out of here.
What? Why would they put something so dangerous in here?
I guess they didn't expect this room to be full of hazardous waste.
The wheel won't budge. The wheel won't budge. The wheel won't.
Good enough for government work.
There she is. One of these. The wheel won't turn. There must be something else keeping.
Do I need to do this all over again?
My kid, do you have... Well, sure. That's not what... My kid, do you have any more? Well, sure.
I think the camera choices. I think the camera choices in this game were actually pretty fantastic as well. I don't know who's responsible for that. Was it storyboarded or?
Was that you, Pete? Or?
Yeah, probably a little bit. There's a lot of stuff got worked out ahead of time, certainly, and I mean because, you know, we didn't necessarily build full 360 3D worlds. Oh, I mean, well, except for like the offices and stuff.
That's not what...
A lot of back and forth here. Lots of them. Let's go.
I gotta stop doing this.
Okay, be right back. Resume.
Capcom. Capcom.
It's my bath time. There's nothing I like more than a good, warm, cozy bath. In fact, I think I'll just turn this heater up a little bit.
What a bonehead. But at least he got to keep his soul. Introducing a world where you take more than life. You take the soul. Soul Reverb.
Welcome to Squaresoft's Game of War. Final Fantasy Tactics. A brutal conflict of epic proportions, where you lead hundreds of battles into a new Final Fantasy world. Be clever, be ruthless, or be dead. In Final Fantasy Tactics, you are Ramza, a young warrior whose courage could save the kingdom from itself. Battle after battle, you'll build and train an army from 20 fighting classes and other warriors you meet. Knights, mages, summoners, and more. Master and balance their talents, and they will reward you with victory. Equip your army with the best weapons and armor you can afford. Your army will be strong in battle, and you'll be confident in your attack. Just before battle, size up your enemy. What are their strengths, their abilities? How are they deployed? Master the movement of battle. Divide and conquer the enemy. Control the flow and always fight from positions of strength. When you attack, use your arsenal to find and target their weak links. In Final Fantasy Tactics, a kingdom is in the balance, and though history may not remember, you must stand to save all. May you conquer the enemy, or may you die trying. Final Fantasy Tactics, from Squaresoft, only on PlayStation.
Let's go.
Servers down again.
What else is new?
Apparently I need to tinker with the door, but I did not know how to make that happen just now. So here we are again.
Savvy viewers will note that this the lobby is based on a real building in San Francisco with Mexican architecture or Mayan Deco architecture. 450 Sutter, yeah, which is an actual building, which is the inspiration for the whole business. Yeah, San Francisco's kind of there's a lot of deco-ish stuff around town, and that was a big part of making this world look the way it looked.
The wheel won't budge. I've just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically compelling.
This is so stupid. But that's the fun of this double point and click games, right? They are stupid. I mean, the jokes are stupid, so that's why we enjoy it. Like chicken on a pulley.
Good enough for government work.
Mercedes Colomar, client number 9308, blah, 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 died of chickenpox, time of death, yada, yada, yada. Aha, positive attributes, volunteer time, reading stories to dying children. That's good. That's really good. I think you're it, Mercedes Colomar. I think you're the one for me. Gladys, are you loco? What got into you? That was a company car.
Oh, yeah, and it's even better company now. I'm in.
Buenos días.
You're not the nurse?
No?
You're not here to give me my medication?
No, but I am here to ease your pain.
Guess they couldn't save me, huh?
No, but there's still a chance you could save me.
That's a lot of responsibility, Mr. Calavera. What makes you think I've been all that good?
Miss Colomar.
Meche, please.
Meche. I can see it in your face and in your file here, where it says you're entitled to a first-class ticket to... nowhere? What?
Did I do something wrong?
Not according to your bio. It was spotless. At least the part I read was.
I'm not sure I like the implication, Mr. Calavera.
Are you sure you're Mercedes Colomar?
Yes. Would you like to see my birthmark?
Sure. Where is it?
It's wherever you guys put my skin.
Anything about your past you haven't told me?
Quite a bit, considering I've told you nothing.
Were you a big shoplifter?
Well, they accused me of it once.
Really?
But it wasn't my fault. That puppy followed me out of the store.
Oh. Did you kill much when you were alive?
Very little.
Never killed anybody?
I have to confess, I never killed anybody.
Not even a teensy bit of killing?
Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough.
Mean to animals?
Oh no, I love animals. Once, when I was volunteering at an animal shelter,
Just stop right there. Ever cheated on your taxes?
I've never paid taxes in my life.
Aha.
I've never made enough money to be taxed. You know, it's mostly been all volunteer work.
Uh-huh. Ever cheated on your husband?
Mr. Calavera, there's no ring on my finger.
There's no skin on it either.
I guess you'll just have to trust me then.
Litter?
Oh, Manny, is that the best you can do?
Work with me, Meche. Give me some dirt.
Well, I could do something bad right now if that would help.
Wouldn't count. Sorry, I give up.
Don't say that, Manny.
You know what I have to do? I just have to go straighten this mess out.
Sorry to be so much trouble, Mr. Calavera.
It's no trouble. But please, call me Manny.
This is one of the scenes where we had Tony and Maria Canals in working together, and they're both from Cuba, and they both had worked together before they were cast in Grimm. So it was kind of fun to get the two of them together again and play off of each other, which is, of course, the way you'd like to do any game.
I'm sorry I let you down, Manny.
Hey, Funny Bones! In my office! Now! You vandalized company property in order to obtain secret information so you could take your illegally modified company car and your unregistered driver and run Domino here off the road! All in order to steal a client from her legitimate agent!
There's nothing legitimate about this place. You give all the good clients to Domino.
Manny, now I'm embarrassed for you.
You've embarrassed the whole office. I'm going to call the woman in here so you can apologize to her yourself. Ava, send in Ms. Colomar, please.
She left about 15 minutes ago, sir. She said she had a long walk ahead of her and she wanted to get started.
Walking? She had a ticket on the number 9. Why does she think she has to walk?
That's the best package I could find for her.
Now you see why I give all the good clients to Domino. That woman was a saint and a shoo-in for a double-end ticket that she's not going to get because you just couldn't find it. And now, because of your little stunt, she's out there, on her own, walking by herself through the petrified forest, facing the demons of the underworld, alone and unprotected. This is her reward after a lifetime of hardship and public service? Her destiny stolen by some overreaching salesman looking for a fat commission he didn't deserve! Get in there and stay put until the boys downtown tell us what they want done with you. Someone's gonna take the fall for this, Calavera, and it ain't gonna be me!
Ain't gonna be me.
I realized how weird it was that he gets locked into a room by his boss, which I don't think is legal. But
Oh,
then
you
again,
know, back in the 30s, you could do all kinds of stuff. You know, rubber hoses for cops and so on. You know, I mean, it was just 50 years after the Old West.
Well, that's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Hey, is anybody out there? So, Manuel, have you thought about what you have done? Who's out there? I'm you, or rather, I was you years ago. Yeah, well, I'm me now, so get lost. Get me out of here. The only way out, Manuel, is to be taken back in. If you are truly still loyal to this company, declare it loudly. The management might hear and stick you right back in their fold. Yeah? Well, I got something they can stick in their fold. You have to try harder than that, Manuel. A man's loyalties decide his destiny.
I didn't realize how weird it was that he gets locked into a room.
Believe it or not. You just keep up that spirit.
Wait, what? No.
Hey, guard! How's my little Count of Monte Cristo? No, really. I'm a fellow. Maybe, but you're so... Look, you gotta open the door for me, amigo. If you are still loyal, lay down and roll over and... The DOD... You would do that? That could cause this agency a lot of trouble. I'm gonna blow the lid off this place. Young man, you are an enemy. Welcome to the club. Salvador Limones and guest. Where are you taking me? To the headquarters of the LSA. LSA? The Lost Souls Alliance. We're a small group, Manuel. We're always looking for new soldiers. To do what exactly? We need help in our intelligence unit. You know Eva, of course.
Manny?
I was once a Reaper like yourself, Manuel. But I uncovered a web of corruption in our beloved Department of Death. I have reason to believe that the Bureau of Acquisitions is cheating the very souls it was chartered to serve. I think someone is robbing these poor, naive souls of their rightful destinies, leaving them no option but to march on a treacherous trail of tears, unprotected and alone, like babies, Manuel, like babies. What's your evidence? That's where you come in, Manuel. Or should I call you Agent Calavera? Manny suits me fine. I'm not looking to join any military organization, Sal. I just want my job back so I can work off my time and get out of this dump. Well, you won't even be able to get out of this city without my help. Which means, of course, you won't be able to find that woman and you'll never get your job back. When you're ready to join the cause, Manuel, come talk to me. We might be of some use to each other.
Precisamente, amigo.
Do you know something I don't know? Have you ever wondered why your clients, even your best clients, never seem to qualify for the packages you know they deserve? Yes. My last client in particular, Meche. Well, they all did qualify, Manuel. Especially her. But somehow, somebody with access to the files has stolen their just rewards. Their sweet hereafters. Their tickets on the number 9? Precisamente, amigo. I'm off. Farewell. Viva la
Viva la revolución.
Oh, the secretary has a dual identity. It's always lots of fun. Always lots of fun with dual identities.
Yeah.
I like that Eva gets to have a little, like, she's got more going on than you thought she did.
I love that too, and I like that there's something fishy in the Department of Death too. That's a good twist.
Messages for me?
Yes. Join or die.
But I'm already...
Again.
How long have...
Salvador recruited. I couldn't resist.
Eva?
You can't leave, man. We need access to the DoD computer network and we can't access without a salesman like you.
How does it do fingerprints? I don't have any.
Your teeth, Manny. Haven't you ever noticed your computer scanning your teeth when you log on?
I thought that was just a power surge.
We need your teeth, Manny. Sorry.
Doesn't
Don and Domino were both locked up in Don's office with some fat...
Who is that? What are you...
I'm trying to get this radio, but it looks Salvador's right. We need good old...
You have feel?
No, it's just Sal.
So, you...
Sorry. Think it over.
Okay, I'm going to build an underground communication we'll need message. You want me to... No, Manuel. Our numbers are small and our history shows only one messenger to be a carrier pigeons. What would they do? A ticket on the number, especially to one who... Someone is profiting here from those that would buy their way into heaven. If I grab... No, I need to raise them. I need you to bring... You're keeping... Why are you still... Go get me an... But money's not in... You want to get out, Manuel. But for some people, they have decided to seek pleasure and happiness here in the 8th underworld. Now that's all the briefing. Viva la Revolución! It's locked.
I always liked the music up up on the ledge.
Me too. It's very Bernard Herrmann.
And it made
Vertigo.
me always made me feel like a little. Maybe it's because I actually have
Vertigo?
a little bit of vertigo or whatever you said.
Yeah, something I remember something about the mural. This would be the mural in what's that guy's name? The Nemesis office.
Domino.
Domino. The mural on the ceiling of Domino's office is there was something. I think maybe that that angle wasn't planned or something in the game, and then whoever did the textures for that room put this crazy mural on there, and so it was like, oh, we have to show the mural. We have.
I'm gonna try to. Nope, it's not Golden Boy. I'm gonna try to guess his password. And it's not Mr. D either. So much for Dommy. Arrogant fraud doesn't work.
Here you go.
Ugh, Domino had this in his mouth. What the? It looks like a glowing hunk of coral.
Yeah, something I remember something about.
So there's a scene here. So there's the wine bottle there on the side, or sorry, the bourbon bottle, and there's the taking a slug of his booze, and that was actually like we had lots of math problems early in the game where we were lining up camera angles, like you mentioned, and these camera angles, if we had it off between the real time and the pre-render stuff, things got kind of messy, and so that was one of the first scenes we had where Manny as one character goes and interacts with another item in the scene, and it also has to be placed very precisely in the scene because it has to appear to be on the shelf. And it was really difficult to coordinate. You know, he has to walk to exactly the right spot, line up to perform his animation. The cup has its own animation of flying through the air to his mouth. There's all these weird ways we handled it. I think we changed that later to handle it better, so that the cup was actually attached to him. We'd swap it in, but you know, blank out the one that was on the shelf, put in the one that was in his hand, like a magic trick. But originally that was something we used to test it out and make it work, and it was, I remember spending days on that and just being worried like, oh man, we're never gonna get this to align perfectly between 2D and 3D.
I wonder if that's how...
Ew.
This doesn't look anything like Robert Frost.
I used to work at a doctor's office, and one of the jobs that I was doing, just terrible jobs there, and one of them was the roof was covered in like 6 inches of pigeon guano up there. They had a flat roof, like the roof of this building, and they're like, look, we got to get that stuff off the roof. It's gonna break the roof. There's so much pigeon crap on the roof. And I had to go up there with like this flat shovel and cut. It was kind of like cutting brownies out of a pan.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just chopping up the bird poop and just scooping it up and throwing it off the roof. And but in chopping it up, I occasionally find like in sedimentary rock, like an archaeologist or a paleontologist, I would find the bones of a dead pigeon.
Ooh.
Just inside this weird brownie of guano on the roof.
Wow.
So I had my fair share of bad jobs.
So this was really a kind of therapy to get that.
Yeah, but I'm really just
traumatic
not enough
experience.
poop on the roof to make this really.
Well, it's hard to indicate that with the technology of the time. Kind of just like if you did wind in you know in a 8-bit game, it just sounded like it just sounded bad, you know.
At least I got to clear the pigeons from the roof of my memories.
Run, you pigeons! Watch it!
I used to work at.
Maybe that will scare them. Eventually. Yeah, beat it, you lousy little lech pickers!
I used to work it.
You must come with... Man,
You hear reverb on the steps, and you hear the reverb on his voice, and that was real time. It's his real time reverb in a time when we never did that. We always pre-baked the files with reverb, and Jeff really had to fight for, I think it was like 5% of the CPU. But now anything that happens in this garage goes through that reverb. And like to modern game folks, audio people, it's just totally basic, no big deal. But back then it was such a big deal. And he really had to jump through hoops for it, and it's so great. Mark Hamer, remember animating.
Hey, what did they do with Glottis? It's Domino's mouth. Why am I carrying this around? Philodent. Good for dents, great for dentures. Wow, that made a perfect impression of my teeth.
I didn't realize how weird it was that he gets locked in.
Agent Calavera and 2 guests. Check these babies out.
Excellent, Manuel. With these, I can breed an entire army of winged messengers. Our revolution can spread now across the land, carried on the shimmering wings of justice, thanks to you, Agent Calavera.
I myself would also like to spread across the land.
But you can't. We need your dental work here to access the computer. I am sorry, but freedom has its price.
Oh, the secretary has a dual idea.
Manny, this looks like a perfect impression of your teeth. We can use this as a mold to make a fake set of teeth and get into the computer system that way.
Good work, soldier. You are a friend of the revolution, Agent Calavera. And now, let me be of service to you.
You must go to the town of Rubacava, my friend, if you want to find your lost soul. How do you know where she is?
I don't. But everyone who wants to get to the Ninth Underworld must cross the Sea of Lament, and therefore must go to Rubacava to get passage on a ship. As long as you get there before she does, you'll find her. But it may be quite a wait.
I'll wait as long as it takes.
Manuel, are you
smitten by her?
Love? Love is for the living, Sal. I'm only after her for one reason. She's my ticket out of here. That was some tunnel. I'm all the way to the edge of the petrified forest.
That line right there, love is for the living. I'm only after her for one reason. She's my ticket out of here. That was the key line that Tony and I would always go back to that kind of identified who that character was. The idea with Manny being a Hispanic Humphrey Bogart, that line evoked Casablanca in many ways, and that was kind of just we worked on that line more longer than we should have, but it was just one of those that we just felt was important to kind of nail and help define Manny.
And you could see Pete's musical treatment of it. He kind of suspended the music and had this little classical guitar melody that had a feeling of being like a pocket in time to further highlight that line.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Glottis, you poor thing.
Glottis, my friend, why are you crying?
Manny? Oh, Manny, they fired me!
Me too, buddy.
You don't understand, Manny. I was created just to do that job. It's the only thing that makes me happy. It's like they reached into my chest and pulled out my heart and threw it into the woods to...
Glottis, what have you done? Oh, Glottis.
I always like Glottis because he's just so pure in his. I mean, he's by definition pure in that he's just a spirit of driving, kind of like he was summoned from the land itself, and he has no nothing but a desire to drive and go fast, and all his motivations are about like moving at high speed. He almost dies because he's going too slow at some point, and he has to go fast again to come back to life.
Right.
But he also obviously cares about friendship and Manny, and he's a very loyal character.
Oh, no. Ooh, ick. Shoot!
This is me playing with my own worst fears. I was realizing while we're making this game, I just randomly was thinking about how nice it is that spiders can't fly. You know, with spiders are kind of icky, but they're on the wall.
Be right back. Not be right back. Just a moment. I need to. I need to up the
You can stay away
brightness a
from them.
little
Don't go
bit
in the
because I can't
garage.
see.
Don't get fire, whatever. You can stay away from spiders, but what if they could fly? What if you had to, instead of like a bee buzzing around you or something, you had to worry about like there's a black widow. Like, wouldn't that be creepy? So we made flying spiders in the game.
Yeah, I think that's better.
I guess I could always use a spare. Soup's on. Huh, they don't seem very interested in that bone I put in there. Oh, poor spiders. No more demon heart to eat. It's still beating.
I always...
Heart? Heart is good. Be good to heart. Don't tear out heart. Heart is good. Strong, beating, good heart. Hey, is that my car?
Mr. Lamont, I assure you the missing woman will be found. I will personally track her down myself.
Just like you personally picked her up from the land of the living?
That was my intention, but Agent Calavera somehow got to her first.
We gave you the fastest car, Domino. We gave you all the best clients. You had all the advantages. So how was this Calavera able to sneak in there and eat your lunch? Oh, now, Hector, you can't get too mad at Domino. That wasn't his fault. Oh, I can, Don. You should know I can get too mad. But not at Domino. After all, he wasn't in charge of this operation. At least, not until now. Hector, no!
Oh no!
Marigolds. Funny. For some reason, I was expecting tulips. Well, maybe Mr. Calavera, eh, Domino? Why don't you personally go down to the basement and escort him up here? The sooner he's sprouted and we can get back to business, the better.
Wanna go for a ride?
I thought you'd never ask! Oh! Sorry.
I don't understand why is it so slow. Is it just stuck there? What? Okay, be right back. I think I want to fix this DNS server thingy. Give me a second. Maybe I just disable my main view. Just change it to this one. The DNS server was not working, right? So the network was struggling with something. Maybe it's my eye hole at the router that's problematic. I think it's working, to be honest. It's still checking the speed, so let me try something else. think my connection status was working. Yeah, I'm using a local DNS server, so I think PlayStation Network is working. Okay, no idea then. Here's what I'm gonna do just for this split second. I'm going to play this game offline and see how it goes. See whether the saving is faster or not. Oh. Oh, it's because of the... Okay. No wonder it's so slow. Okay.
Híjole, mano. What sort of unholy Christmas tree farm is this, Gladys? Gladys?
Manny, check out this wheelbarrow, will ya? With a couple of ATV nubby tires on the back and a two-stroke lawnmower engine, we could make one sweet go-kart.
Gladys, what are they doing to that tree?
Oh, city boy. You work all day in a 60-story skyscraper, but didn't you ever wonder what it was made of? The marrow of these trees, man. They suck it out. It's like cement.
Is that why the town's called El Marro?
Huh? Never thought of that. Maybe so.
I do not know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh.
Ooh, careful, Manny! With the harmonic balancer turned off, those pumps might shake that tree apart. Oh, but... Oh! If we shook the tree down, those pumps would dislodge, and I could make high-lift shocks out of them for the bone wagon! Hold on. I'm going to unbalance that wheel with some of these weights. That'll shake her down for sure. Okay, just give me a second to balance these doggies.
I remember in this room, as in several others, Julian, we used a sound ambience that we recorded using a contact microphone on various machines, like Coke machines, and other vibrating devices or machine-like devices that produces a kind of interesting hum. And if you put your ear up against a Coke machine, or I was just on the Golden Gate Bridge last week, and I stuck my ear up against one of those, 300, 200 foot
Nice.
pylons, and it's amazing the resonances that are going on in those type of resonant bodies. And we would record things like that and turn them into ambiances for some of the rooms.
Hey, while you have that off, let me try moving. Okay, just give me a second to balance these doggies.
Oh no.
Hey, Manny! What are you doing? Manny, until now we scraped along the ground like rats. But from now on, we soar. Like eagles. Like eagles on pogo sticks!
Oh, hydraulics, that's nice.
What a relief. I was getting concerned that our transportation wasn't ostentatious enough.
Get in! Or are you afraid of heights?
Well, this is the area that Tim and I would make a lot of jokes about because, producer type person, I need to shorten the game, cut it somehow. So this area, I would, say, hey, we need to cut the beavers. Does that make sense?
He's like, no way, not cutting it.
Oh, well, the whole time we'd fight about it, and it was that one kind of thing where that was the story I told a little earlier about the ship,
Yeah.
and he said, Leslie, a game is like a ship, and the ship is going, and it's going to keep going until it stops. And I was like, what kind of logic is that? It has to finish at some point. So I was like, look, the beavers got to go, and they'd always be on the list. And he actually drew me a little pictures on a napkin of like the armadillo, the beavers on fire. And he's like, why did you cut me, Leslie? Please don't cut me, Leslie. And he would just poke me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
There you go.
Loteria.
Loteria.
This is like a callback to those brave young men and their jaunty jalopies. You ever seen that movie? Those outrageous young men, their flying machines.
No, that I remember.
They're these two crazy movies from the 60s, which were all about, it was kind of like the Wacky Races, but a real life version. Magnificent.
In their flying machines.
And it was like one of those movies, it was kind of like Wild, Wild, Wild World or whatever. Like
It's a Mad
World, where all these people are chasing some crazy prize. But the cars in it always had things like that. I think that is a direct lift. Like one of the cars would have these hydraulic shocks that lifted up or just crazy extending things.
Right.
In It looks like they'll tear you apart and build with you a human throne. Their bucktooth king, what once was you, but now is
he's
gone.
gone.
This key unlocks the gates of hell. Steady traveler, use it well. Can't pass up an old creepy key.
Yeah, the director's commentary is really fun. I mean, they are fun people anyway, so it's always fun to listen to them talk.
Well, this is the area that.
I still remember writing a big justification about tank controls when I was pitching this. People were like, let's make it so the controls are more like Mario, where you push it. No, point and click. I was thinking tank controls I thought were superior to point and click at the time, because when you're pointing and clicking, you're distant from the screen, and the screen is this other thing that you're interacting with at your fingertips.
Right. You're saying.
But when you're doing tank controls, you feel like you are in the center of the character.
Right.
And the world is rotating. The world's rotating around you, and so when you think, instead of going, I want to go on the left of the screen or I want to go to the right of the screen, you're saying, I want to look at the thing to the left of me and then the thing to the right of me.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't know if that was necessarily the right decision, but it's a good piece of evidence that you can sometimes make a really good argument for the wrong decision, and that's something to watch out for in life. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a really compelling, and in fact, win an argument.
Oh yeah.
And be totally wrong.
Winning an argument has nothing to do with being right. That's for sure.
Exactly. It's just being able to make a good case.
Manny, what are you doing? Don't you know what's on the other side of that gate?
Yeah, the way out of the forest.
Demon beavers, Manny. They'll make you into a dam.
Relax, Geppetto. I'm not made of wood.
But Manny, they don't use wood.
Hey!
This scene actually, this is the beavers here, another good example of why you have to have coroutines in games, because at least in adventure games, you have to have like a script that just says, how's this beaver going to behave? What's he going to do? And at the time that people were making games, the scripting languages weren't popular yet. You had a lot of games in C, and somebody would have been trying to write in their game engine, in their game loop, and go run the beavers now. And in a scene like this, you had to be able to take that and say, this is how a beaver behaves. Right now, I'm thinking like a beaver. How would a beaver? He's going to crawl over here, and he's going to chew on these things, and then he'll get tired, and then he'll jump over here. The same thing with the pigeons and anything else. And that, again, it's like I didn't have to think about the fact that they were needed. They were obviously needed. I mean, that's one of the things that Scum had made very obvious. Like, you cannot make adventure games without coroutines. They didn't even call them coroutines, though. I mean, we didn't even know what to call them for a long time until,
Threads.
They were just threads, yeah. And actually, well, that was one of the early experiments. I actually tried to use actual Windows threads, because this is a Windows game. It wasn't a DOS game. This is a Windows game. We can use actual threads. And I initially did try and actually have different Lua threads, and it was just so heavyweight. Machines are so tight, and it was so much overhead, and it was so complex. And it was like, no, we need something lightweight. It needs to be really focused on what the game does.
Ooh, something has sucked the marrow out.
we were like, what is the flame source for the beavers? And they're like, well, they have a nuclear, they have core. They have a nuclear core, so they're thermonuclear flaming bone beavers.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, flaming bone beavers. I mean,
you would think that
what
would be
does that remind you
controversial.
of? Yeah.
A band name?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's the key to the gates of hell, I seem to recall.
Do I need to do it one by one? No,
My scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart...
Wow. Is there another one, or are we done here?
This outer gate is huge. I'll need Glottis to open it.
Manny, I don't know if I like driving over people.
They can't feel it, they're dead.
You're dead. I wouldn't want to drive over you.
That's because you and I, Glottis, are friends.
Aw, Manny. Hello? Miss Colomar! We're here to save you!
Hey, lay off the racket. The whole town's asleep. But I want a drag race.
When they get a load of my car, we're gonna be the talk of the town! Hit.
You're right. We're gonna have to find a good place to hide
Be
that
right back,
road
Russell.
show. Speaking of hiding, I wonder if Mitch is here already. I'm gonna go see what I can stir up. Not a bad piece of real estate, actually. It's got potential.
Capcom. Capcom.
It's my bath time. There's nothing I like more than a good, warm, cozy bath. In fact, I think I'll just turn this heater up a little bit.
What a bonehead. But at least he got to keep his soul. Introducing a world where you take more than life. You take the soul. Soul Reverb.
Welcome to Squaresoft's Game of War. Final Fantasy Tactics. A brutal...
Mr. Flores, I'm ready to take you now.
Manny Calavera, is that you? Didn't you used to be taller?
Well, I'd better...
If you say so, man.
The character Celso is played by a really funny actor called Peter Lorre, and when he came into the studio on the first day, he had this real look of apprehension about him, and it turned out the word in Hollywood was that Grim Fandango was code name for Star Wars Episode 1 casting. So when he was coming in for the project, people were telling him, "You're going to be going in, and George Lucas is going to be there, and they're going to be flying you up to the ranch." And he was terribly disappointed when he walked in, and the only person in the studio was me.
I'm here to reclaim that walking stick.
I broke it over the head of some hideous monsters in the forest.
What are you doing here?
Well, if you must know, it's about my wife. I got word that she passed away not long after I, and that she too was crossing the land of the dead on foot. It is said that all lost souls come to Rubacava, so I came here to wait for her.
You must love her very much, Celso.
Yes, this is true. Of course, she also has all of my money.
I'm looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
Well, no one's come through town by that name, and you can take it from me. I, too, am looking for someone, so I watch the comings and goings around here very carefully.
How do you know your wife hasn't gone ahead of you?
Oh, Manny, if she had arrived here first, surely she would have waited for me.
I'll help you find your wife. What did she look like?
Oh, here. I got this from the DOD and made copies to hand out. Isn't she something?
She must have been beautiful with skin.
Weren't we all?
So, know a good place to stay in town?
What's your price range?
Somewhere around the high end of nothing.
Then maybe, young man, it's time you started thinking about a job.
Can you get me a job here?
Have any skills?
Sales?
Well, that does qualify you for a certain position, but we only have one mop. I'm sorry, Manuel. I've got to get this place ready to open.
Right. I'll let you know if I see your wife.
She'll be the one asking for her beloved Celso.
Should I exit from here? No, I can't exit from here.
Yeah, tourists. You gotta watch your step around here, stranger. Rubicava ain't the quaint little port town she used to be. Well, hell, looks like there's a new vessel in town. Pardon me whilst I go check her out.
Well, actually, it's mostly
I really wanted to have this moment of Lasco bonding with Glottis, not like through the magic of cars, and talking about engines and stuff, and cars bring people together. Talking about engines.
Well,
Because I never had sports.
internal combustion.
I never liked sports. I was not into the manly unifier of sports, but the
Me neither.
but cars you can talk about with the toughest of dudes.
That's true.
It's
That's
like-
true.
There was this one high-pitched whine it was making, really grating noise, you know? And I searched and searched, but I couldn't find the source of the noise until we pulled in here.
Was it the blower?
No, it was Manny screaming in the back like a cat tied to a cruise missile.
That's a good one.
Hola. Hey, Manny, Dockmaster Velasco here says he's got a place we can dry dock the bone wagon for a while.
Oh, yeah. We can't leave a beauty like this out in the fog, or her chrome will get pitted.
Pitted? Did you hear that, Manny?
You folks gonna stay in Rubicava for a spell?
I might be here a while. Is there any work in this town?
Well, there's lots of work down at the docks, but it's all union work. And I just don't see you in that union.
We're here looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
I'm not too good with names. Did she have any distinguishing marks or a tattoo?
Not that she showed me.
Well, like I said, I'm as good with names as you are with the fog.
How do you get around here with all the mist?
When you've strolled these docks as long as I have, Pilgrim, you know where you are by the smell of the sea, by the sound of the lonely foghorn, by the icy touch of the cold, salty air.
Wow. Manny, could I have an eye patch?
Can I just ask, what is under the eye patch? Because I know it's not an eye.
Oh, well, when I was alive, I had an eye patch like this. This one's just for the phantom pain. And that one eye socket used to scream like a banshee when the trade winds blew, so I plugged her.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a conversation here.
Hey, okay. I can't throw it away. Ever seen this woman?
Oh, if this is the woman you're looking for, take my advice. Forget about her. She sailed out of here weeks ago in a cozy portside cabin built for two, and she wasn't alone.
How do you know she sailed out of here? I don't believe it.
It's a tough break, Junior, but you gotta face it. Here, look it up in my port log if you want it in writing. 6 weeks ago on a Tuesday. Ticket for two, paid in full. I cracked the champagne on the bow myself.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a conversation here.
Hey, okay.
Look, I know how you feel, son. Once I lost a very special lady myself. I waved to her from the docks as she sailed out of port, and I never saw her again.
What was her name?
The SS La Mancha was her name, but don't make me talk about her, because I just can't do it.
Celso, your wife sailed out of here 2 months ago with another man. It's all in there.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Celso.
Manny, is there a greater constant in nature than the treachery of women?
Forget about her, Celso.
Have you forgotten yours? I'm going after her. You take over my job here. This mop at least will never let you down. That compass in the handle will sure come in handy too.
One year later.
Hey, boss. You gonna come downstairs? I got a customer asking for you.
You know I don't like to mingle with the customers.
Well, you may want to mingle with this one. She sounds like your type.
Well, looks like a quiet night in old Rubacava.
And just the amount of research that went into all of this, because I just remember Tim and just the amount of research that went into all of this, because I just remember Tim going to every film noir movie ever, and we would just all the time there would be something to do, and he's like, want to go to the movies? And it was just, I mean, you can see it, the dark shadows, and then the music. I mean, everything is just so film noir and really pulls you in.
Yeah, I remember us all going to see Casablanca, and I think it was in the Castro Theater or something. It was one of those old San Francisco theaters. I forget which one it was, but it was the whole gang of us went. And
yeah, remember? Did you guys go to the Golden Gate Fields for the horse races? I know they weren't.
I wish.
That was part of it, because I think there were some scenes around that, and that was just fun. I mean, just the research trips.
Yeah,
those were fun.
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny.
Oh, Lupe.
I have to tell you about my new organizational system for the coats.
Okay.
But
I'll be back.
Okay.
Wait, Oh.
Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux s'il vous plaît. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets. Mesdames et messieurs, rien ne va plus.
My wartime communications from Salvador. He's been sending me messages like this for the last year.
Agent Calavera, I have word that you arrived in Rubacava safely. This is great news, as your service to the LSA may now continue. I am pleased to report the successful hatching of the eggs you liberated. The hatchlings, which Eva has named Manny and Meche, are quite healthy and eager to serve our cause. With luck, My next letter will be borne to you across the sky by these young gossamer wings of truth. For the revolution, Salvador Limones.
I'm not
Salvador
done reading it yet,
Limones.
but maybe later.
Calavera, it is indeed a great day for the revolution. Say hola to little Manny, the first enlisted messenger to serve the LSA. Please feed him some breadcrumbs and send him back quickly, so we may know that our maiden flight was a success. Manuel, I am sorry to hear that you have not heard from your Meche. You must be patient and let your heart remain open. If it is meant to be, you will someday be reunited.
Ha! He still thinks I'm in love with her.
Manuel, we have found the head of the serpent. Using the computer access you provided us, we picked up a thread that led us to the man who corrupted the Department of Death. His name is Hector Le Mans. Once a small-time racketeer, he has grown fat and powerful by robbing the newly dead. Watch out for the name Hector Le Mans, Manuel. And be careful. Dear friend, our movement now has true momentum, and our numbers are rapidly growing. Much of this is due to our communications and intelligence systems, both of which we owe to you. In light of your contributions, I would like to announce your promotion to Special Agent status. I, Salvador Limones of the Lost Souls Alliance, salute you, Manuel Calavera. You are a great ally in this noble revolution. Great news. We've discovered a new secret talent of our tiny messengers. We don't know how they do it, but these mysterious birds can actually find their targets just by looking at a photograph of the addressee. To celebrate, Eva has made them all little berets. I'll send you some pictures.
So Tim created a character, which I very much appreciate. I love her. Her name is Lupe, and she happens to be a little bit based on me and my idiosyncrasies. And so when I remember one time we were hanging out, and he told me, he's like, see, how can you tell me that I don't understand our relationship? Like, I can write about it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, see, she's super organized. Nobody listens to her, but she has a lot of really important things to say. And see, we need her, and that's what you realize.
That's awesome.
So I was like, oh, I love you. And she does karate kicks. That was the best, like, because I like to punch people. And so if you notice, sometimes, I don't know if they have it in here, but she punches in the air. She does air punches.
That's awesome.
She was really easy to cast because I had such a great frame of reference for her.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I hate to say this, but I think I did not finish the game before because I didn't get the year 1 thingy.
Hello, Manny.
Hola.
Hola, Gotes. ¿Qué tal?
Quiet night, huh, carnal?
Day of the Dead ain't good for business, Chief. But last night, remember last night, Manny? Oh, wait!
What's that you're playing?
Oh, this is just a little, love song for a special lady.
You think she'll come in tonight?
Who, my special lady?
No, Meche.
You know what, Manny? I think she will. I got a feeling tonight's the night.
Sing a little bit of that song, why don't you?
Well, I only have this part. Bone wagon.
I like it. Later.
Out.
You know, when we leave, I'm actually gonna miss this place.
Aw, Manny, why can't we just stay here? We got our fancy club, we got 3 squares a day. Max lets me take the bone wagon out on his kitty track once a week. Plus, we look good in these clothes.
Gladys, I can't live in this world forever. It's not where I belong. I've gotta find Meche and help her. Because if it weren't for me, she'd have been on that train a year ago.
Okay, Manny.
Well, I'll let you get back to practicing.
I don't need to practice, man. I'm good.
Amarillo de Oro. A very fine liqueur filled with solid gold flakes. Yes, I better take this with me for safekeeping. Well, maybe just a sip. Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny.
So these is like scenes are from the production of the game in a way where Leslie would come to me like, look what I made. I made a chart of every single scene in the game plus every single actor, and I coded it. Yellow means Manny's in it, and blue means this prop is in it. And she's so excited about these things that she did, and this character is doing the exact thing.
Yep.
You have to take things from your life and put them in your work, you know, even though they don't read anything to anybody else.
Well, that just means work will be about life rather than life being about work, right?
Exactly.
Think she'll come in tonight?
Manny, you ask me that every night. What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say, yes, I think tonight's the night.
Yes, I think tonight's the night that you finally go nuts from waiting for the grand entrance of Ms. Mercedes Colomar.
How's the flow tonight?
We're dead tonight, Manny. Everybody's back home for the Day of the Dead, I guess. Except for the casino. The casino's hopping. Why is it that all the people who don't go home are the same people who just love to gamble?
Well, I guess when you've got nothing to go home to, you've got nothing to lose.
Hey, we should put that over the door.
Everything okay back in the land of fur and fedoras?
Everything's in order. It's beautiful. I can't wait for people to come in and try the new system. It's so cool. Want to hear about it?
Okay.
Yay! Okay, I found all these plastic tiles in the back, left over from the automat, and guess what? They all have numbers on them. So what I'm doing is, I give one to everyone who checks a code in and... Manny, you're not even listening to me. I go to all this work organizing your coats, and you don't even care.
Lupe.
Forget it. Don't pretend to care.
No, I want to hear.
Oh, I'll tell someone else about it. Someone who cares.
Please, tell me all about your new coat check system, really.
Don't patronize me, Cal.
Let's try that again, shall we? Think she'll come in tonight?
Yes, I think tonight's definitely the night.
Thank you. It's my fault she's out in the woods alone, you know.
If you say so, Manny.
Okay, back to work.
Okay.
Meche?
Manny, help me. I've been lost for so long. Why didn't you look for me?
I did. You ran off. Why?
Because you said I was no good. I've been all alone in the world for a whole year. And it's all because of you!
This is interesting. no!
This gonna be an annual thing with you, Manny? Every Day of the Dead, you toss your bones into the drink and I fish 'em out?
I don't plan to be around that long, Velasco. As soon as I find out where that ocean liner's going, I'm after it.
Ho ho! That ship's going to Puerto Zapato. That's the other side of the world. Ain't no ships going out that way but the old Limbo here, but...
But nothing. If the Limbo's my only hope, then I'm already on board.
Well, good luck, son. That's all I got to say.
That's Kay Cuter. And Kay was, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s. And he had a big, long, gray beard.
Yeah.
And he was a raging smoker.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
you'd have to break him every 45 minutes.
Oh,
otherwise,
okay.
otherwise, he'd start getting into a really bad mood. And on one of those sessions, we were doing. He plays the croupier later on, where he speaks French and English. And it's just he delivers the numbers. We were behind on time, and so I sort of pushed him to an hour. And all of a sudden, I found myself in an argument with Kay over how to pronounce 20 in French.
Oh.
And so I was like, it's definitely time for a smoke break on
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Get out of here.
No, I don't want to come here.
Don't have that kind of equipment. It shone pale as bone as I stood there alone, and I thought to myself how the moon that night cast its light on my heart's true delight, and the reef where her body was strewn. What's going on in that bottle? A tugboat?
This happens to be a perfect scale replica of the SS Lumbago. I'm just having a little trouble getting the walking beam to fit in the neck here.
That's funny, because a lumbago is usually more of a problem in the lower back than the neck.
Yeah,
Nothing. All right.
On what?
On the Limbo, man. Let's go.
Manny, the Limbo's not a passenger ship. She's small cargo, son. And every hand on board works.
I'll work.
What are your skills?
Sales and restaurant management.
Oh, hey, there is one opening on the Limbo's crew.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's in the engine room. And your buddy Glottis would be perfect for it, but he'd have to get his own tools.
What kind of tools does Glottis need?
Authentic CB equipment only.
Where do I get authentic CB equipment?
Why don't you ask a CB? Afraid of getting stung?
Okay, if I get Glottis some tools, can we board?
He can, yes. No offense, Manny, but there's just no place for you aboard the Limbo. She's fully manned already. In fact, her whole crew's on board, ready to sail at dawn. Except for that one guy.
Who's the one guy who hasn't boarded yet?
Yeah, well, Seaman Naranja's a little late, but he'll be here before they sail.
You mean Seaman Naranja?
What job did Naranja have?
He ran the galley.
Aha! Restaurant management.
Yeah, it's similar to what you're doing now. Except the fish is fresher on the Limbo.
What if Naranja doesn't show up? I can fill his spot, right?
Manny, you're not even in the Maritime Union.
I know that, and you know that, but we're two guys who can keep secrets, right?
Glottis is exempt, but the captain will ask for your card. And if you don't have one, they'll serve you to the sharks like chum. And what's worse, I'll get fined. It's a tough union, boy, and I don't mess with them.
So let me get this straight. If I get Glottis some tools,
then I can get him a job on the Limbo.
And if Seaman Naranja doesn't show up for work,
but he will,
and I get a Maritime Union card,
which you'll never get,
then I can sail on the Limbo in the morning.
Jeez.
Where do you think Naranja is?
Probably home selecting recipes for the trip.
I'd better go finish packing.
Aye, you do that, son.
We definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan.
Oh, Peter Chan, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
great.
still jealous of that guy.
Chan the man.
I know. Just when those packages would come, it would just be like Christmas, and you'd open, you'd see those, and you just think, oh man, and he's a nice guy too. You know,
The weird
happy
thing about
family.
that was I never experienced like the delivery of the package
Oh.
firsthand, but I still got excited about it.
No, they're beautiful, and he's such a sweetheart. I think we're gonna come up to Garv's set that I destroyed. That I destroyed 2 weeks of Garov's work by trying to learn how to 3D model, and somehow I ended up erasing 2 weeks of his work. Because it was the fish place that you had to redo.
Oh yeah, the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator and that place with the fish.
I remember at the time it was a big debate, like, should we require P100 or P133, like penny 100, penny 133? It's like, nope, your target platform is whatever was on sale at CompUSA for $500 last year.
It's like a P70.
Yeah, it's like P60 I think is what we ended up with as the minimum spec. We ended up going for P90 at the end, but it was one of the things where it's like those kind of constraints where it's like you really could pull it off with all the kinds of machines we had in the company, but the average consumer who we wanted to sell the game to did not have a machine like that. So that's one of the vagaries of the PC market that still persists, you know.
Yeah, and you wouldn't, when you think about Grimm, you wouldn't necessarily think, but there's like all hand-coded assembly rasterizers in here. There's hand-coded assembly blitters in here. Lots of like layout asset management. This was a tricky game to optimize and to get running acceptably on the kind of machines that people were going to be running it on. But it doesn't come off like the same technical challenge as a Jedi Knight or something like that. And it wasn't.
I mean, it's
was
different kind of technical challenge, much more kind of interdisciplinary.
It was really getting all this weird stuff happening at the same time.
I think I'm at the wrong place. Maybe I should come back later. It's always interesting to hear them talk about technical
Late
difficulties
night at the morgue, isn't it, Membrillo?
of yesteryears.
You know I can't sleep with John Doe's on the slab, Manny. If I don't ID these rose gardens tonight, I won't be ready for the two that come in tomorrow. And before you know it, I'm up to my ass in azaleas.
Man, I really want to go back and play more. No. I want to play more retro games.
We definitely should get.
Wrong second. Yeah,
I think we're.
the tank control is very annoying.
would slide down the banister because we put a lot of effort into sliding down that banister. Come on, slide down the banister. I recommend any player who's in this room slide down the banister. It's much faster than walking.
Especially if you're 6 and you don't have terrible consequences when you hit the bottom.
You should not try that at home. Actually, kids, you should. You should go slide down the banister of your house right now.
Everybody's got to do it once.
Interesting. Apparently, I do not have a 3.5 5mm audio jack here. I only have like the small ones for headphones. I'll need to think of a way to jack it up to my DI later on. I know it sounds like a lot of technical jargons, but yeah. I know him.
Oh wow, I forgot about that mural. That was supposed to be sort of
really good.
Oh well, thank you. I did that.
Did you?
No, I did, but it was based on like a Gustav Klimt.
Gustav Klimt, yeah.
But then I also did those really bad textures on the roulette wheels and the.
Oh, they're fine.
Oh, no, but I remember Adam Schnitzer actually getting angry at me. He was like, "Don't paint light in the paintings."
Who got angry with you?
Oh, not really angry. I mean, he only hit
He probably
me.
felt the same way as when Tim said, "Man, he's not cool enough sliding down that banister."
Yes.
Just make it cool. Canadian animator.
What's that about?
That's now so not cool.
Mind if I sit down, Charlie?
Of course not, Manny. I mean, it is your club, right?
Right. So what are you doing in it? Didn't I tell you not to come back until you can pay your bar tab?
Oh, or they kicked me out of that cat track for printing fake betting stubs. So now I have to come here, Manny, which I love.
How did you print fake betting stubs?
With this. Isn't she beautiful? The last time I was incarcerated, I shared a cell with the most dishonest con man I ever met. He was strictly small time, and I managed to steal this from him quite easily.
Thanks. You never know when this may come in handy.
Hey, give that back to me, Manny.
Maybe once you settle your bar tab, eh, Charlie?
Oh, Manny.
What else can you counterfeit?
Nothing. Anything.
So can you make passports?
Manny, you still think like a living man in so many ways. No soul needs a passport. We are all citizens of the same nation, and our king rides a pale horse.
So no passports?
No, that little hologram is so tricky, you know?
How about driver's licenses?
Sure. Just, give me a recent picture, $50 in, about 2 weeks, okay?
Can you make reasonable union cards?
Manny, are you going to start moonlighting, or are you just looking to hang out with the sailors?
Can you do it or not?
I have a deal for you. If you can retrieve my money from Maximino, I can make you president of that crooked union.
I don't need to be president. And why does Max have your money?
I put a whole suitcase of it up for collateral on a rather large wager last month. The race was fixed, Manny. They stole my money like common thieves. Here, take this VIP pass and use it to get into the High Rollers Lounge. They won't let me in there anymore. There should be a safe somewhere in the wine cellar, and my suitcase should be in it.
And you can get me a card tonight.
If you make it back, Manny, the card will be on the table.
Okay, can I ride the banister back up again? No. Lotus is so cute.
I wish you would slide down the banister because
and I'm sorry. No, we definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan, and yeah, I'm still jealous of that guy.
Chan the man.
I know. And I'm sorry, Garv. This is the set that you had to build
This
twice.
is Garov's, right?
Yeah, this is the one.
This was the gift that kept
And it's
on
actually
giving.
very beautiful, I might add.
Yes. Well, a second time is.
The second time I can.
But I'm sorry. You were saying that was a real building.
Yeah.
Where was that in Spain?
I think it's in Paris. I think.
Oh.
And I remember seeing a photo of it and being like, "Wait, Peter."
No, good artist borrow, great artist steal.
Blue just doesn't have the zing of Calavera Cafe, you know? Lola? What are you doing here? This crowd doesn't go much for souvenir pictures, except maybe of Lenin.
Shh! Manny, I'm on a stakeout. I'm gonna prove to Maximino once and for all that Olivia's no good for him.
Still hung up on Max, eh? Take my advice, Angel. Forget about him. He's a gambling racketeer.
Like you.
Oh, that hurts, baby.
Hey, shh! Here they come.
Come on, sugar. How about a kiss for the road?
Oh, ick. Don't let me down, Nick. You're a lawyer. You're not supposed to have feelings.
I don't, but I know a good tart when I see one. Hey! If Maximino sees that, we're going to end up in matching terracotta pots.
Don't be silly. He wouldn't hurt me. He loves me. Manny, at last we're alone. Tell me, how are the bourgeoisie?
Fine. How's Max?
Oh, Gramps, don't start.
Well,
keep practicing.
Where am I supposed to go there? I think navigating is the tough part in this game.
And it looks like Abercrombie.
Fuchi, that smell is peor que la muerte. It says revolutionary design leaves can edges safe and smooth for Kitty.
It's strange, the characters in this game don't like to go into crowded areas, almost as if it's too hard to render them.
Abercrombie, coming into the home stretch.
Hey!
Abercrombie, And then, Tale of Two Kitties, followed by Pause and Reflect.
Looks like a great night for cat races.
In the lead.
The cats racing. We were always so sad that we never showed the cat races, but that was for budget reasons. Obviously, we didn't want to cut the actual cats, but I wanted to have giant cats running on a track like that.
And the idea of cats racing being herdable enough to race is pretty. Why cats?
Why cats? There was a. God, I don't remember. Why cats? That's a good idea.
I mean, I just remember making the music going wow, wow at some point, because you're near the kitty litter.
And again, the winner, Abercrombie, followed by Tale of Two Kitties, Pause and Reflect, Nose for Trouble, Prince Winky Taka, Snowball's Chance.
How big were those when you drew them? Like the posters and the murals and stuff.
We could actually work rather big.
Did you have Photoshop back then?
We had Photoshop, but I don't know if we had layers back then. Or
Oh, we had layers.
I think we did. Oh yeah, we had layers, but maybe
Paul
only.
just didn't know what they were.
No, but I think too. You only had one undo or maybe two undos.
Oh wow.
Look, oh, I really hope.
What are you doing?
I wanted some wine.
Oh, look at what a mess you have made. Get out of here.
Hey, what about my vino?
It's not self-serve. You'll just have to wait until I get around to it.
Looks like a turkey baster. Wake up, Izzy!
Hey! I'm trying to get some sleep over here.
Sorry, don't mind me. Just passing through.
To where?
The elevator.
Doubt it.
Going down?
Probably. Later.
Can't I go down to the cellar?
It's a wine cellar. Wine goes down there.
Maybe you could take me down now.
Oh, yeah. I could take you down, but I can't eat customers anymore.
No, down in the elevator. I want to go down in the elevator.
That's true. They wouldn't see me hit you in there, but I still get in trouble.
Why can't you hit customers anymore?
Exactly. It makes no sense.
Hey, let's beat up that waiter.
Not a bad idea. But he's new. Give him a break.
Just open the elevator door.
Then they really see us fighting.
I don't want to fight. I just want to use the elevator.
Chicken?
How about a bribe?
Look at me. What can you give to a guy who has everything?
Okay. Nighty-night.
Rubikava is named after a girl I knew in the 4th grade. Her last name was Rubikava. That's a fun fact for you.
Wow.
She's married now. Owl. Doesn't use it anymore, so I get to use it.
You're keeping it alive.
Aww. Hello, Maximino.
Why, if it ain't Manny Calavera, come to see how the big boys play, eh, Manny?
From what I can tell, they play with kitties.
Kitties, roulette tables, what's the difference? They go round and round all day, and they're both more reliable when they're fixed. Am I right?
How's the old cat race, Max?
Well, volume's pretty low. Most everybody's out of town.
Tell me about it.
But I've got some side businesses that help smooth over the rough spots.
What kind of side businesses?
Manny, let's just say our El Mato associates appreciate our out-of-town perspective.
You know, you got a pretty nice setup here.
You got a good little club yourself, Manny. Not as nice as my girlfriend's, of course.
Did you say your girlfriend?
Hey, Manny, don't pretend you don't hear the gossip. It's not a secret anymore. Olivia and I are officially an item.
Well, I just saw Olivia and Nick kissing.
Manny, we all kiss here. We're all one big family, you know?
No, I mean kissing, Max.
Manny, Olivia and I are in love. Nick Virago's been my trusted counsel for years. You shouldn't even joke around about their character like that. It could make me very angry.
I'm not joking.
That's enough, Calavera. I mean it. Now, let's talk about something we can agree about.
I'm here for Charlie's money. No, seriously. He says you have a lot of it.
Oh, I got a lot of it, but none of it's his.
I like the new blimp.
Yeah, I decided what happened to the Olivia. Imagine you try to impress your girlfriend, it goes and crashes, explodes and burns on your own track, and kills her favorite cat too. Not the kind of thing that makes the young girl's hearts go aflutter. I'll tell you that twice.
Your new waiter's got quite an attitude, even for a snooty waiter type.
Hey, Manny, when you put labels like that on people, it's like you stick people in these little boxes and never let them out.
I'm leaving town tonight.
That's great, Manuel. No one needs a vacation more than you. Get out of town. Forget about that Meche woman.
We're all in little boxes back home, Max. 6 feet under.
Now you're talking like the town coroner, Manny. Cut it out.
Well, I'll let you get...
Just kidding.
You don't want to go in. I haven't cleaned up.
Mind if I go?
You don't want to go in there. I haven't cleaned up yet.
Mind if I go in?
I haven't...
But don't you see? When the government fades away, so will our troubles.
Ah, nonsense. We will always need some armed force to fight off the return of capitalism.
That sort of fascist thinking is as dead as you are, comrade. When we get rid of all the guns, that's when people will begin to self-police. And the public opinion alone will keep them from committing crimes.
Hola, trust funders.
Hey, look who's making the scene. It's Manny Calavera, the
Beat it, Dinner Jack. We're talking about things you wouldn't understand, like truth.
There's that spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this was another, like, we lifted up the, or took the technology from Render Droid, which was in Jedi Knight, but it didn't have spotlights at the time. It just had directional lights and point lights. So that was actually one of the very first things when
it's the first
when
thing
I got
you did.
yeah when I got hired onto the team, which I was brand new to LucasArts, and Tim and Brett brought me in, and my first thing I was like, I'm gonna put in spotlights because I know how to do that, and it's gonna matter, and that'll be my stake in the ground. And this was one of the first scenes I worked on that had spotlights. So when Manny walks off stage and you see the light, when he walks out of the light, it was a pretty important moment. Everybody thought that was pretty cool. I was like, all right, I did something. I'm in this amazing project with this amazing team, and I did something.
Testing. Testing. Good evening. I like to read a poem. Dig this real. Painkiller. Pain. Killer. Absolution. And forever. The end. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. What are you doing with a snake like Nick?
I'd lay it on you, Manny, but I don't think you'd get it.
Messing around with your boyfriend's lawyer is pretty dangerous.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. You do get it.
Open mic night seems like a big hit.
It always takes those timid souls a while to get up the nerve.
Maybe it would help if you went up there and started things rolling.
Oh, Manny, read poetry in my own club? That would be like this whole place was just a big temple set up to worship me.
Oh, come.
Dig this real. Painkiller, pain, killer, absolution, and forever.
Hey, you stole my poem.
Consider it an homage.
I'm a little worried about Lola.
That's because she's doomed, Manny. She fell in love with Maximino. That's the one mistake I never made.
You think Nick would hurt her?
Only if he finds her, and take it from me. He's not good at finding things.
A little dark in here, don't you think?
Dark and cold, like the hearts of men.
You know, I'm thinking of buying this place.
Really? I thought about buying yours for a while, but then I just decided to ask my boyfriend Max to buy it for me.
You can have it.
Manny, why are you leaving town?
I'm chasing a woman I met once and can't forget.
Well, I have a poem I wrote just for you. Pay attention, because it's pretty short. Here it goes.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay. Alive, we slept. Life's just some rapid eye movement. In a warm, cozy bed. Buried, we wake. The flesh dream is over, Daddy. Now that we're all crazy dead.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Well,
keep practicing that.
This is where I had never heard of actual sea bees before, and someone made that. I talked about how they could be these bees down there, and they're like, oh, like sea bees, and I was like, what are sea bees?
Yeah, they were a Navy thing. Yeah.
And wait, does that come from the letters CB, like?
I don't know.
Or construction brigade or something.
Yeah, good. Like Jeep comes from General general personnel vehicle. Yeah.
So,
Could be.
and this bee is called Terry because of the character from On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando's character
Mhm.
named Terry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we got all that stuff.
Interesting. I never know that.
Cold one, huh, Terry?
Yeah, it's always cold when you're unemployed, Manny.
Who's unemployed? Aren't you guys in the union?
The union? They don't look after us little guys. They're run by the coppers. And you of all people should know, Manny, that the cops are in bed with the gambling joints.
Hey, I run an honest joint. We ain't in bed with nobody.
What about the protection money?
We pay every week. On the nose, through the nose, like an honest place should.
See what I mean? This town is just a big conga line of hustlers, all laughing and dancing and scratching each other's backs.
Why aren't you guys up there working?
You don't know the deal down here on the docks, do you, Manny? If you want to get the jobs, you have to pay the unions extra dues. And that ain't cheap. We don't pay, and so they put us on barrel duty.
Why don't you just pay the union off then?
We got our pride, Manny. We're straight stingers, you know? Not to mention we just don't have any cash to spare now that we're not working. I mean, it's like a problem where, the solution makes the problem, worse.
Like a catch-22?
Yeah, wow. I wish I knew words like that.
If the union is crooked, why don't you register a complaint?
That's a good one, Manny. Did you hear that, guys? He thinks we should register a complaint.
I think you're just a bunch of complainers.
You don't know what it's like, man. Every day we come down here, we try and make an honest living. We find out that you gotta be a crooked bee to win down here. He knocks the pollen out of you, man. He makes you weak.
You bees are being exploited. You should do something about it.
Yeah, what can we do? We're just a handful of unorganized drones. We don't know nothing about nothing except just how to take it on a chin.
Since you're not using your tools, think I could borrow them?
Well, we sold them to feed our families.
Then how are you ever gonna work?
I told you things were messed up down here, Manny. I told you.
If the cops own the union, and gambling's in bed with the cops.
Yeah, and then who really runs the gambling, right? Well, no offense, but Maximino is really the big boy in town, obviously. But word is, he gets his orders from some hardcore gangsters in El Mero. Yeah, that fancy cat track is really just a big laundromat, if you get my drift.
Hey, can I borrow one of your union cards?
What, are you kidding? You know how much I had to pay Chow Chilla Charlie to get mine?
You guys know a seaman naranja?
Nah, CBs and sailors don't mix.
But you're in the same union.
Well, maybe so, but some traditions are sacred there, Manny.
You bees gotta be strong.
Things just aren't the way they should be down here, Manny. It's like the worker bees. They do all the work, but we can't affect it's like the way that things are produced should be controlled by, we should, forget it. I'm just a dumb, hungry, out-of-work bee.
When you think about it, right? Most of the conversations are reflections of the real life, right? You put in some of the jokes, humors, and they make the characters anthropomorphic bees, but really it's really touching upon the actual problem in our society.
That's Raphael Sparge, who he was actually the main character in Knights of the Old Republic, in the original game. But Raphael is a big on-camera guy and hadn't really done a lot of voiceover. And there's a scene later on where he's addressing all of the workers. And the thing about Raphael was that he physically performs when he's in the studio.
Oh, right.
So as he was addressing the field, he kept on going off mic. And so the engineer's like, oh, we got to keep him on mic. And so I said, hey, Raphael, can you stay on mic? He's like, oh, really sorry. We re-rolled, and all of a sudden his energy just went
interesting
down. And so it just wasn't working the same way. So we
Yeah.
pulled out another 2 mics and put him out.
Oh,
so
that's
that,
great.
So that he could then go, "You are the fat cats of industry," and he could kind of move his head, and we
Yeah.
still caught it. And so then we just cut around the 3 tracks to get the
Oh,
final
that's
take.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
he's a great
interesting.
actor.
They also had some problems with the mics and audios.
I think we're gonna come up to.
Wait, what is this place? No, this is back to...
Maddie! I have a note for you from Lola.
Lola?
Yes. Now, where is it? Where? Oh, here. No, wait. Dang. I have a whole new system for messages. Just let me... Here. No, wait. Be quiet. Here it is. Wait a second. It's empty. There was something inside. It felt like a key.
A key?
Yes! But did somebody come back here and snake the key while I was sorting the coats? Who would do that? They messed up my whole system!
Where was I supposed to go? I think this... Yeah, it's very confusing where to go.
Nick Virago. What are you doing working in the High Roller Lounge? I would think Maximino's private lawyer would have his own office.
I do, but they don't serve drinks there.
Got a little lipstick on you, lover boy.
I already got rid of that, and I can do the same to you, Calavera.
Well, I remember, speaking of VO, I remember you casting this, and then I remember you vanishing. And you were gone for so long recording this.
Yeah, I was down in... Actually, it was the only one time we rented an apartment rather than staying at a hotel, because I was down in LA recording this for 6 weeks, and then I was bookended on either side with 2 weeks for 2 Lucas Learning projects.
Yeah.
And so it was
yeah, you just moved away.
Yeah. It's a long time.
I'm starting a class action suit. Lots of money involved.
Who are you deep pocketing?
What's the difference to you? They're loaded.
So will you be needing a regular lawyer or an excellent lawyer?
An excellent lawyer.
Any excellent lawyer or the best excellent lawyer?
The very best is good enough for me.
And who would you say that would be, Calavera? Who would you say is the best lawyer you know in all the land of the dead?
You you are, Nick.
That's right. And that's why Maximino retains me on an exclusive basis. So, sorry, but I don't do odd jobs.
How's tricks, Nick? Nah. Virago, I really need a lawyer.
Well, my dance card is full. So what are you gonna do?
I could tell Max about you and Olivia.
That sort of claim could send a man like Max into quite a rage, especially if the messenger had no proof.
Max and I are friends. He'll believe me.
People believe what they want to believe, Calavera. And I want to believe you're a smart man who doesn't go around spreading dangerous rumors. I've got to talk to Max for a moment. When I get back, I hope you are gone, because I'm sick of looking at you.
Man, this is gonna get me in trouble. There's something rattling inside. Must be in a hidden compartment somewhere, but I don't see a latch or anything. I don't think it would be a good idea to barge into Max's office while he's meeting with Nick. I don't think it would be a good idea to barge into Max's office while he's meeting with Nick.
I need to figure out how to get out of here. I think it's here. This direction or something. Oh.
Speaking of database, I mean, that was really how we accomplished so much, right? Is from an organizational standpoint of the music, of the sound effects, and of the voice. And I remember, especially for voice, how critical it was. And what we in the sound department would do is inherit and share the use of the database with the voice department. And you could do a search and isolate all the lines for, say, Manny, or isolate all the lines that needed to have reverb baked into them, or another type of processing. And then you would just divide and conquer and just master everything in groups and bring it all together, have a single reference for volume, and use the database to keep organized.
Well, Manny Calavera, you never come up here to see me anymore.
Well, I thought you could use the company with everybody gone for the Day of the Dead.
In that case, Manny, why don't you stick around until 6? That's when I get off.
Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. It's Virago's cigarette case.
What's that?
Cigarettes? What does it look like?
Can't smoke on the job, Manny. What?
It's a little something special I bought for you.
That's so nice, Manny. But save it for later, okay? When I'm off duty.
Her character's a little bit inspired by, I think it's Big Sleep too, where Bogart is hiding from someone. He needs to hide in a bookstore.
Right.
And he goes in there, and there's a woman in there, and she's really into him.
Tippa Ben-Hur 1863 edition, the one with the errata on page 47 or something.
Wow, that is a memory.
Wow.
And it's just really, he looks at her, and he's like, she seems like she's really attracted to him, if I remember correctly. And he like takes off her glasses and is like, yeah, okay. Like, it was really kind of messed up scene. But
well, it's that that was the subtext of the noir film.
And then he pulls the shades.
Hanky-panky,
yeah, the
will go
hanky-panky.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lock the door and pull down the shades. And that's a little bit what this scene is all a reference to or inspired by.
Because she's telling him her story.
Wow. It was completely destroyed by our own detonators, so I can't tell what kind of bomb it was. But here's something.
A key? I better bring that to Chief Bogan.
Yeah, it's probably the key to some terrorist hideout.
speaking of database.
Okay, how do I get in there?
What was Nick doing with this key? Lola?
Careful, Manny. You may not want to see me like this.
Lola?
Oh no, Lola.
Did Nick do this to you?
Yeah, he wanted that picture real bad, but he's never gonna find it, that fink.
I'll get him, Lola. I'll show Max the picture for you and fix Nick for good. Just tell me where you hid it.
Oh, Manny, it's all my fault. Always falling for the wrong guys. You know, I even had a thing for you once. But you were so hung up on that Meche woman, I figured I didn't have a chance.
Lola, where's the picture?
Tell me, Manny, would I have had a chance?
You would, Lola. You would.
Never mind. You just want Olivia for me. Tell her to improve her taste in men, or she'll end up just like me. Tell her to get a nice guy, Manny. Like you.
Lola! Lola! Oh, Lola. Hey, there's a picture of a tongue on it, and it says number 22, lengua.
I guess this game now feels very Disney, no LucasArts or something. They have similar DNA now. I guess it's the music, right? Not the jazz part, that one just now.
Hey, this is a card from my new coat check system. You do care.
Can I have my coat, please?
You bet. This is so exciting. Okay. Hold on. 22. Lengua. Aha! Here it is. Oh, darn.
What's wrong?
Just shoot me.
Lupe, what is it?
This can't be yours.
That's it. Thanks.
What are you doing with a tiny girl jacket?
I don't suppose there was a camera back there anywhere.
No.
She must have hidden that somewhere else. I'll tell you tomorrow. There's a little slip of paper in one of the pockets. All that this paper says is number... What is that supposed to mean? What is that All that this paper... What is that supposed to mean?
Come on, Glottis.
Ooh, a request.
Request.
Rusty Anchor. Rusty Anchor. Yeah, I think I know that one. If I remember right, it goes a little something like this. Oh, my boat's got a rusty anchor. Rusty as she can be. Every port I go, I drop her. But she always come back to me. Oh, rusty anchor. Going down, down, down. Oh, rusty anchor. Guess I gotta hang around. Now I love that rusty anchor, but man, she don't love me. Hell, this morning I woke to find us both adrifting out to sea. And every chance I get, I thank her for never leaving me. Well, my bones are carved up driftwood, but she won't never set them free. Oh, rusty anchor. Going down, down, down. Oh, rusty anchor. Guess I gotta hang around. Well, what'd you think?
I thought you were created just to drive.
Well, over the years, you know, even a demon dabbles here and there.
All that this paper says is number 36, the Rusty Anchor. What is that supposed to mean? It says revolutionary design. It's the VIP pass for the high rollers. Ooh, better not show that to Glottis. Check out this fancy pass to the High Rollers Lounge. Can you believe how full of themselves they are over there? I don't think their place is any more VIP than ours, do you?
I don't know. I try to stay away from that place.
Really? Why?
'Cause of my problem.
Glottis? Compadre?
Wow. Year 2 is very long. I think it's a lot of going back and forth.
Yeah! Oh, for crying out loud! Pretty bad, pretty bad, pretty bad, pretty bad, pretty bad.
I told you to stay out of here.
I wouldn't have to come in.
Go, go, go!
Hey! I'm trying to get some sleep.
Sorry about my friend.
Oh, he's all right. I can barely get it.
Okay.
Hey! I'm trying to.
Okay.
How do I get in there?
Go, kitty!
Where's the waiter?
Oh, baby! Almost there!
That monster upstairs is running me ragged. Oh, but monsieur, je suis très désolé. There are no guests allowed in the kitchen. I must ask you to leave.
In a minute, Leroy.
Raoul. Hello? Hello out there? Could somebody please open the door? I seem to have locked myself in this teeny tiny room. I am actually very claustrophobic, so if somebody, s'il vous plaît, oh, let me out of here, immediately! Oh.
What's that? Hey, I'm thirsty. Where's that waiter? That does it.
Oh no, Glottis. No.
Fruity, but voluminous.
Nah, if I let that waiter out now, he'd have me 8-balled from the club. Nah, if I let... There's no opening up here. There's no opening up here. What was Nick doing with this? Looks like a turkey baster. It says revolutionary design leaves can edges safe and smooth for Kitty.
Well, somebody Nobody's sleeping on the job. Ah, it's empty. Reuben! Where are you? Aha!
Mon Dieu!
Taking a little nap, vous, eh? Well, le keg is empty, so tout sweet, Buster.
Yes, monsieur. Merci, anything you say. Eto, more wine. Oh, I'm going to fire him for ignoring my pleas, and then I believe I shall quit. Oh, I can never look at that pantry again. No man should ever be locked up in such a small, dark place.
So this is one of the parts of the game where a huge amount was cut out. There was supposed to be a gigantic action sequence like there was in all of, I think we cut a giant action sequence out of every year, but there's a gigantic action sequence where there's an animal called the Dillipede that guarded the bottom of the elevator. It was a giant armadillo, and the Dillipede was there to kind of snap at Manny as he came down. And there's this whole sequence where you had to kind of, you had the Dillipede hanging by some elevator cable, and he was snapping at you.
This is our first 3D game, and it's funny to see how many puzzles are about the physical properties of things, as opposed to in a 2D adventure game, you would never make something based on the shape of something or leverage. Like that whole puzzle was very physical. Like you had to move these two objects and stop them from sliding past each other, and the forklift jacked up on its back wheels. And I think we were just so excited to be in a world of physical stuff, or maybe because we were in a world of physical stuff, we had to actually make it physically realistic.
No, and I think this is one of my first sets. Oh, yeah, I remember this is, both of those were, well, it was one of the first ones that I ever modeled. And again, it was very simple geometry.
Dios mío, it's full of double-end tickets. This could get 100 souls on the number 9 train. Something's not right about this. I get the feeling this suitcase belongs to someone more important than Chowchilla Charlie.
All right, Manny. Give me the case.
Charles, I thought we had a bargain.
Oh, we do. But I thought I'd bring some muscle along just in case.
What's the matter, Chuck? Can't afford to hire goons to do this sort of work for you?
I'm all the goon I need. Now drop it.
You said it, boss. Got a card for me?
Here. Welcome to the Union, Manny. Meetings first Tuesday of every month, and don't forget to pay your dues.
Don't forget to pay my dues.
Wow.
Just a dab will drop you. Hey, man, you didn't see me put the secret ingredient in these coffin shooters, did you?
Relax. Olivia stole the recipe from me in the first place.
Yeah, she steals from the rich and gives to me to poor.
There it is. Max's giant cat racetrack. How's a regular guy with 3 roulette tables supposed to compete with that?
To some extent, Grim Fandango is a bit of a mutt. It's got pieces of Jedi Knight, it's got pieces of Scum, it's got pieces of Outlaws, it's got pieces of, it's got IMUS coming in, and it's got the Lua language. So it was a game kind of made on a shoot, for all the technical challenges in it. A lot of pieces were sort of pre-existing, and kind of it was a matter of maybe a new era of game development where you don't write everything from scratch, but you kind of put it together in the best possible way.
And so that guy, Toto Santos, which is the name of All Souls Day, that was one important casting thing that meant so much at the time. And I love The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
And there's a burn victim in the very beginning of the game, a guy who was burned on the ship.
Right.
And he's in the bed, and he's the first guy who says, "Guys are so safe."
Okay, right.
Is this Hungarian or Polish?
Yeah, yeah.
And we got that actor to do Toto Santos' voice because I was like, I want him to sound like that guy from Usual Suspects. And so if you listen to him,
That's awesome.
I wanted to have him say, "Guys are so safe."
Very painful, eh, Naranja? Like torture.
I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to.
Eh? Who is over there?
I don't really want to. I don't really want to do that.
When I am done with Naranja here, I am going to tattoo big floppy ears on the side of your head so people will know what a jackass you are.
It's a turkey baster full of dirty hookah water. I don't really want to do that. I don't.
Who is over there? Poco. Look, you broke it. Now it won't shut. Nemazogia, hold still. What are you, dead? Keifa, wake up. I don't work on drunks. Resek Chavargo. What kind of sailor are you? Can't handle booze, ha? Hogyha te azt gondolod, hogy engemet te nem fogsz kifizetni, te teljesen bolond vagy. Well, let's go. Toto, I got your boy Naranja here. MIA he is. Well, he sobered up. I send him to Limbo. Yeah. He'll make it there by morning. Promise. Oh, yeah. That is what I
Let's
told
see
him.
what you got on you, huh, sailor?
You kidding me?
Seaman Anselmo Naranja, Ensign, 3rd class. Doesn't look like
I
you'll be
gave
showing
him
up
the
to work
idea
in the morning.
in first place. Tiger can't change his stripes.
Go back.
Maybe just a sip. Things do look bad, but this jump wouldn't do the trick, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a metal detector. I was looking at the wrong one.
Ooh, I love this part. Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. Oh, you're clean. Rats, Manny, I almost got to strip search you. Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. Oh, you're clean. Rats, Manny, I almost got to strip search you.
They're locked.
They're locked.
Maybe just a sip.
Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. You sure you're not packing anything else?
I'm packing something, alright?
Nothing that would set off that thing.
Then, sir, I'm afraid you'll have to step into the back with me.
Rules are rules.
And of course, with my dad being in the military, we moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one town we moved to when I was in the 1st grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only industry in the area was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees everywhere you looked. I myself never really cared for figs. I always liked dates more. Or prunes. Don't you just love prunes? They have such a great texture. They're all wrinkled up like my Grandma Hedwig's face. Oh, poor Grandma Hedwig. She was always forgetting things. I remember one time back when I was 6. Or maybe I was 7. No. I had to be 6 because Mr. Rufus was still alive. Now there was a good dog, Mr. Rufus. He was such a sweet little puppy. We didn't care that he was deaf. He was as deaf as they come, but he'd still try to bark. And it would come out sounding like a cat coughing up a hairball, which our cat often did. He had such long hair. I don't really like long-haired cats, do you, Manny? They're just so... I like short-haired cats. They seem less stuck up. People think I'm stuck up sometimes, believe it or not. No, they really do. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm so shy. I was shy all the way through high school. I never went to a single dance. Can you believe it? No, don't get me wrong, the boys would ask, but I'd just run away. My mom said I could have been homecoming queen if I'd just smile once in a while. She always said, a smile is the most
She's just like
important part
someone,
of
some
any
president.
outfit. Well, maybe I would have smiled more, Mom, if you hadn't drank so much. Was I supposed to smile when the cops called us in the middle of the night to tell us to come get you out of the drunk tank? Maybe if I had smiled more, Daddy wouldn't have left us. We'd be together right now, you, me, Daddy, and Grandma Hedwig, and Mr. Rufus. And I'd be wearing my homecoming queen crown and eating figs and I'd... Oh, Mother!
And I'd be playing with your metal detector?
Did you just come back here to ask to borrow my metal detector?
No way.
Oh, okay. Now where was I? Oh, yeah. So the only industry in town was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees everywhere you looked. I myself never really cared for figs. I always liked dates more. Or prunes. Don't you just love prunes? They have such a great texture. They're all wrinkled up like my Grandma Hedwig's face. Oh, poor Grandma Hedwig. She was always forgetting things. I remember one time back when I was 6. Or maybe I was 7. No. I had to be 6 because Mr. Rufus was still alive. Now there was a good dog, Mr. Rufus. He was such a sweet little puppy. We didn't care that he was deaf. He was as deaf as they come, but he'd still try to bark. And it would come out sounding like a cat coughing up a hairball, which our cat often did. He had such long hair. I don't really like long-haired cats, do you, Manny? They're just so... I like short-haired cats. They seem less stuck up. People think I'm stuck up sometimes, believe it or not. No, they really do. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm so shy. I was shy all the way through high school. I never went to a single dance. Can you believe it? No, don't get me wrong, the boys would ask, but I'd just run away. My mom said I could have been homecoming queen if I'd just smile once in a while. She always said, a smile is the most important part of any outfit. Well, maybe I would have smiled more, Mom, if you hadn't drank so much. Was I supposed to smile when the cops called us in the middle of the night to tell us to come get you out of the drunk tank? Maybe if I had smiled more, Daddy wouldn't have left us. We'd be together right now, you, me, Daddy, and Grandma Hedwig, and Mr. Rufus. And I'd be wearing my homecoming queen crown and eating figs and I'd... Oh, Mother! I'm so sorry!
Forget about the metal detector.
Are you sure you didn't just come back here for this metal detector?
I do not know how to do this.
Actually, I did come back here just for your metal detector.
What is it with you in this thing? I'm sick of it, Manny. If this is all you want, you can fight the cats for it. Why is it all men are after the same thing? Except you. The only woman you care about is that Calamar dame, and she split on you. I don't know what she did to you, but you know what? I'm done trying to figure it out, pal.
Carla.
Oh, okay. I thought it was not gonna work. I wonder how long till I get to the... Oh, this is still very long. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day today. And gonna continue the game next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's a fun game. See you all next time. Bye-bye.